नमस्कार एनआरएनए अस्ट्रेलियाले आज हयात रेन्सी सिडनीमा आयोजना गरिरहेको नेशनल एन्टरप्रेन्योर कन्फरेन्स 2023 मा लुक्ला टिभीको टिम पनि एज अ मिडिया पार्टनरको रूपमा रहेका छौं। यो कार्यक्रम एनआरएनए अस्ट्रेलियाको वान अफ द सिग्नेचर इभेन्ट्सको रूपमा रहेको छ र आज यस कार्यक्रममा पाल्नु भएका विभिन्न वरिष्ठ व्यक्तित्वहरूसँग साथसाथै पार्टिसिपेन्टहरूसँग पनि कार्यक्रम कस्तो रह्यो, यो कार्यक्रमले के फाइदाहरू दियो भन्ने विषयमा कुराकानी गर्नेछौं। आउन सुनौ उहाँहरूको कुराहरू।
Being an entrepreneur or business persons, it looks like glamorous, but who are successful, they are pioneers, but it's not easy to jog to reach that destination. Always it has risk, it has opportunities, it has glamorous, it has leadership, everything is there, but journey is challenging always. As I have said on different occasions, I view the investment is not a matter of compulsion, it's a choice of investor, purely choice. Investors never blame the existing policies and business environment. If somebody does, it reflects low confidence. It is the better choice. World is competing. Developing countries are struggling to have more and more and trying reform. Whoever does, their investment goes. Whoever does not do it, reform and welcoming environment, they're lagging behind. Investors will not wait. Investors see the opportunities, he never blames, he goes there if he sees the profit. Very simple.
This is the platform where you can share your knowledge and experience and extend our professional networks. So we are definitely in the right place today. So ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I would like to introduce the first speaker of this presentation, Mandy Gunsberger. Mandy is an entrepreneur, advisor, investor, non-executive director, and a speaker, and recently appointed as the program manager at University of New South Wales. Congratulations, Mandy. Mandy is an experienced businesswoman and entrepreneur, starting her first of many businesses at the age of 23, quite impressive, and a finalist in the Australian Telstra Business Award. She has founded 3 businesses, a relocation company, a cookie business, a digital publishing company.
Really, when I got to San Francisco, that I got the excitement for being in the startup world and thought, oh, this is a bit exciting. There are, 22-year-olds driving around in Ferraris and they're ordering hamburgers and $600 bottles of wine. I think I want to be part of that world. So that was all really exciting in the early 2000s. And then fast forward back to living in Sydney and moving back to Sydney with my husband. And I got pregnant with my first child and realised that there wasn't a lot out there for kids and babies and how parents could decide on what prams and cots and high chairs and things like that to get. So got back here and decided to launch my first business back then, and that business was Babyology. So it was a digital media company, and that was my longest lasting company I had, which was an overnight success, 11 years. People say, oh, it's overnight success, but it was 11 very grueling, hard years of my life, building it from being a blog that I launched at my dining room table with a bit of design from friends into a company that was a multi-million-dollar company.
बाहिर हामी अस्ट्रेलियामा बस्दै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ विभिन्न सेक्टरमा नेपालीहरूले चाहिँ आफ्नो बिजनेसहरू बढाउनु भएको छ र उहाँहरूलाई एउटै साथमा ल्याएर प्लस बाहिरको हाम्रो कम्युनिटी भन्दा बाहिरको एउटा इन्स्पायर मोटिभेसनल स्पिच भनौँ न, उहाँहरूको जर्नी जुन एन्टरप्रेन्योर माथि हाई लेभलमा बस्दै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उहाँहरूले स्ट्रगल लाइफदेखि कसरी अगाडि बढेर अहिले सक्सेसफुल पर्सन हुनुभयो भनेर उहाँको आफ्नो स्टोरी हैन, अनि त्यसपछि जो व्यक्तिलाई चाहिँ भोलि गएर र एन्टरप्रेन्योरै हुन इच्छुक हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ एउटा इन्स्पायर हुने किसिमको प्रेजेन्टेसन, आफ्नो सक्सेस स्टोरी विभिन्न सेक्टरबाट आउनुभएको थियो। मुख्य उद्देश्य त्यो नै थियो, प्लस एउटा नेटवर्किङको पनि अपर्च्युनिटी हो यो।
आजको कार्यक्रम अत्यन्त सभ्य र भव्य रूपमा सक्सेस भयो। धेरै प्यानलिस्टहरू स्पिकर्सहरूले राम्रा कुराहरू गरे, अत्यन्त गहन कुराहरू थिए। यसबाट मलाई के लाग्छ भने धेरै यहाँ उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण साथीहरूले केही धेरै नयाँ नयाँ आइडियाहरू लिएर जान सफल हुनुभयो भन्ने मलाई लागेको छ।
National Entrepreneur Conference 2023 ma, it was my great privilege to be part of a speaking panel. I had opportunity to present on my experience of running an aged care business. Our business is based in South Australia, and the topic was Bingo to Business, transforming aged care through innovation and entrepreneurship. The attendance on the national conference was tremendous. I felt absolute privilege to be part of the team, and there were a lot of people that I wanted to share my ideas with and learn from them as well. There are a lot of people come to this conference to have a chat with and to network with other businesses and so forth.
So being the significant underdog in this situation, I really had to get creative about how I was going to sell that message. So firstly, the volunteers. For me, without a team, there is very little that I can do that has a bigger impact beyond what I can do just with my own voice. As a single person, a team is critical. And I had to get people on board for a campaign that, let's be honest, I was very likely to lose, to be in a place where there's no money involved. We're all volunteers in this situation, and I needed people to come along with me because I needed to put up posters all across Sydney. I needed to manage social media pages. I needed to answer letters and go to events and share this Liberal Party message. So what I was able to do is reach into many of my personal connections that I've made over many years, whether it was through university, through friends of friends, through people who I knew were interested in the furtherance of the nation, who had a sense that business was an important way to continue to grow and develop and to have productivity to improve our living standards.
वास्तवमा भने नि म चाहिँ यति एक्साइटेड र यति खुसी छु कि यो कन्फरेन्सको सक्सेसको लागि हाम्रो ट्रेजरर र यो कन्फरेन्सको चाहिँ कोअर्डिनेटर अनिल पोखरेलले र हाम्रो टिमले सम्पूर्ण तयारी गरेपछि 6 महिनादेखि तयारीपछि आज हामी यो गर्न सक्सेस भएका छौँ। वास्तवमा आज बिहानसम्म पनि रेजिस्ट्रेसन भइरहेको थियो, त्यसकारणले यति धेरै हाम्रो इन्भल्भमेन्ट अब देशभरिबाट विभिन्न हैन ब्रिस्बेन, एडिलेड, मेलबर्न हरेक स्टेटबाट साथीहरू आउनुभयो, नेपाली साथीहरू, यिनीहरूको चाहिँ अभियन्ताहरू। अब धेरै राम्रो स्टोरीहरू सुन्यो हाम्रो नेपाली चाहिँ अब एन्टरप्रेन्योरहरूको, र प्लस धेरै भनौँ त्यो चाहिँ मोटिभेसनल कुराहरू भयो। तर अरू चाहिँ बिजनेसलाई कसरी सक्सेस गर्ने भन्ने विषयमा र प्यानलको कुराहरू, स्पिकरहरू, मोटिभेसनल स्पिकरहरूको कुरा, एक्सपर्टहरूको कुरा नि हामीले धेरै सुन्यौँ। अत्यन्त खुसी लाग्यो। सबभन्दा मलाई एकदमै भनौँ न अब पिक अफ द बन्च भनेर चाहिँ अमान्दा जोन्सनको लागेको थियो, तर सबैजनाको एकदमै राम्रो थियो। बाइ द वे सबैजना जो आउनुभयो, इन्क्लुडिङ हाम्रो चाहिँ अब एम्बेसडर कैलाश राज पोखरेलज्यू, उहाँको इनपुट नेपालप्रतिको माया, अभियसली उहाँको गभर्मेन्ट तर्फबाट चाहिँ उहाँको चाहिँ अब विचार त्यो पनि एकदमै सराहनीय छ।
मिस्टर अनिलजीले चाहिँ उहाँले धेरै उहाँको मेहनत अनुसारको धेरै राम्रो प्रोग्राम सक्सेस भएको छ। यस्तो प्रोग्राम चाहिँ टाइम भइराख्नुपर्छ। नेपाली कम्युनिटीहरूमा चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ हाम्रो एउटा बिजनेस डेभलपमेन्टलाई धेरै असर पोजिटिभ इम्प्याक्ट पारेको छ।
So Divasji, I remember many moments back in Nepal during Dasai time. Finding one khasi or boka is such a challenge. You like that, you want to go and grab, and someone else has already had their hand under it. So coming from that sort of background, and you just told us the stories, it kind of gives us so much energy, and yes, we can do it. And where do you see yourself in next 5 years' time?
Probably I will keep doing what I'm doing, and definitely production capacity I'm going to expand. So we have recently expanded our holding capacity of the farm, which is now 36,000 acres. So there is a lots of things together, but if in a short way, if you want to tell me where I want to say it, I would like to improve my plant into the international, because to produce the meat for the international market, you need to have a different license. The license that I've got for the domestic, I can't do for international. So that is all every plant, every processor looking for. And eventually, I've been talking to the many like authority in Nepal to, because we don't have a like proper rules, license, and hygienic and cross-contamination control measurement that meat been eating in Nepal. And there is a couple of countries in the world who is the biggest importer of Australian red meat. Like America won, South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, and those different countries need a different level of the license. And country like ours, Nepal, where there is a heaps of good or animal being produced, but there is uncountable. So if we could get something related this type of technology back in maybe middle of Chitwan, where you can bring the livestock from eastern part and where you can bring the livestock from western and far western, and we can produce that one and we can sell it to the like those Asian market like China, Hong Kong, Korea. Because Korea constitutionally they can't slaughter any goat, but they are biggest skin and goat eater.
Thank you so much. And this program is being watched by many, not just here. Here in Australia, in Nepal, and many people can relate to what they want to do, what they could have, I wish I did that. And then the whole motive of this today is one, if we go home or with just the one takeaway, and that takeaway is to take action, not just think, not just dream of, or to take action. I remember the days that me coming from food technology background back in Nepal, and then we did hire people, did all the machineries like Hamzi said, manufacture the sausages at that time. And then in the whole of Nepal, at that time, I could not find anyone who could validate my sausage. We built the sausage based on what book said, but we didn't have the shopping centers that sold sausages at that time, right? Like I went to Khadya Anusandhan, Gunestar, everywhere that we used to have friends. So from that time until now, Nepal has gone long way as well. Learning from the entrepreneurs like you guys in a first world country with everything you have done so far, what can Nepal learn and the people watching today learn here in Australia or back in Nepal?
The first thing I would say, do not hesitate to take a risk, and do not just live your life in perception of like being a failure. Because if you fear to take any risks, if you fear to put your hands in this business, the business we're doing, it's hands-on business. Because to do this business, we need a land. Like all the business we do need a platform like an IT platform and technology platform. For this business, we need a land. So I'm pretty sure like every Nepalese, they got a land there, like whoever doing the agriculture, being agriculture country. If they can modify the business, livestock, they don't need a free land or like a free range animal, but they can create the small feedlot and they can turn into that animal and make the proper constitutional or law or legislation that animal being slaughtered, being looked after the animal welfare, and has to slaughter up to the international, like a world meat standard, like Australian meat standard. The same something they need to like collaborated knowledge from the like embassy of every embassy there, and they can start to produce and they can find the like international market where every Nepalese farmer can get benefited. Like here, who is the most benefited producer, primary producer farmer?
Hamzi, how and what can we learn from your experiences?
I think it's consistency and not quitting. So I started hospitality in 2009. I failed so many brands, but I never quit. And I got a lot of opportunity to do a different kind of business. I got a lot of opportunity where I can involve and make a different path to my career. But I always choose hospitality because I only know hospitality. And this is the business I know. And one of my friends said, if you do something, then you have to continue doing same thing. So that like if you do bachelor, so I'm on a format of doing PhD in my experience in Momo making and promoting Momo to worldwide. So I also have an experience where I sold my car for a coin. I lost such a lot of business, then I didn't have money. So from there to coming to here, once I lost everything and again I backed up myself with everything, means I only emptied my pocket, but my brain was consistently working. And your experience, your knowledge is the one which can turn the whole games again. So I request everyone to continue what you are doing. Don't quit. and the success will be always there. There is always failure, but take the failure as a experience and as a knowledge.
आज भएको यो इन्टरनेसनल एन्टरप्रेन्योर कन्फरेन्स एकदमै राम्रो भयो हैन। अब अस्ट्रेलियाको सम्पूर्ण स्टेटहरुमा छरिएर रहनु भएको एन्टरप्रेन्योरहरुसँग एउटा इन्टरेक्ट गर्ने चान्स दियो। थ्यांक यू नारायण अनि थ्यांक यू लुक्ला टिभी।
So let me show you and then we do it together. Like you need your two hands. Please stand up and then yeah, we laugh. Let's laugh.
Well organized थियो हैन। As one of the panelists, I enjoyed so much अनि म एकदम थ्यांक यू भन्न चाहन्छु दिल हाम्रो अनिल जीलाई, नन्द दाइलाई अनि यो पुरै एनआरएन अस्ट्रेलियाको टिमलाई। It's a great work, great effort, and please keep continuing doing this and inspire all the entrepreneurs.
नेशनल एन्टरप्रेन्योर कन्फरेन्स 2023 मा पाल्नु भएका विभिन्न व्यक्तिहरूको हामीले कुरा सुन्यौं। पक्कै पनि यो कार्यक्रमले यो अस्ट्रेलियामा रहनुभएका सम्पूर्ण नेपालीहरूलाई आफै केही गर्नको लागि र उद्यमी बन्नको लागि निकै नै फाइदा पुर्याएको हामीले महसुस गरेका छौं। हामी आशा गर्छौं एनआरएन अस्ट्रेलियाले यस्तै खालको कार्यक्रम युवाहरूलाई उत्प्रेरणा दिने कार्यक्रम अझै पनि लिएर आओस् र अन्तिममा लुक्ला टिभीलाई एज अ मिडिया पार्टनरको रूपमा हामीलाई साथ राख्नु भएकोमा पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्दै हामीलाई हेर्नु भएका सम्पूर्ण दर्शकलाई पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्दै यो प्रोग्रामबाट बिदा हुन्छु। धन्यवाद।